Give me 1 second. And I'm live. Let's go. Welcome to the live stream. Um, so when I take a trade, I'm gonna have my journal right here like this, and you'll see through the video, like whenever I do go into the journal, I just journal all my trades. I do it for the mentees and everyone who wants to learn. So let me do my analysis and everything, and let's start trading. I am starving, I won't lie. I want to make a little sandwich or something. Let me just get situated first, see what's going on, and then we can maybe take a step back. Don't think there's any news today. At 11 o'clock? Yes. Yeah, there's some news coming right now. Okay. Let me put some lines. 12:30 to 1:30. So I know when to come back and hop off again. And then high time frame zones. I'm gonna do that too. Give me 1 second. Top of the morning to you. If it's late at night, good evening to you. Just marking out my zones here and whatnot. Just give me a second. Just getting situated for the day. Okay. All right. That looks good there. I'm almost done here. Just give me 1 second. See how the 1 hour looks. Oops, not the 1 minute. The 1 hour, buddy. 1 hour. Done. Okay. Yeah, we're not really seeing anything at all here. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, there's something here. Let me mark it out. Okay. I think I'm gonna just leave it alone. I doubt we're gonna come this far down, but I'll mark it out just in case because we are holding resistance there. Okay, now time to do everything else. Okay, let's higher time frame is done. Let's double check. 15. Okay, okay. You know what? There's something I wanted to mark. Yep, I gotta mark this out. Is this better than? Yeah, okay. It's a big jumble mess right now. Okay, when we get more into this, let me see. Hold on. Let me just adjust this. Okay, later in the session we can dissect this more, but for now, let's just leave this alone. Okay, then let me do my fibs and stuff. Because we got to know where resistance is at. This sucks. I'm only getting so much data here. Where is 8:30 at? Okay. Okay, this is quite annoying, but it's whatever. I just wish we had more data to run off of. We only have so much data to use. Okay. I'm almost done. Just getting situated. But even after this, all we do is sit around and wait. Green, green. Then let's put our red. Yeah, see, like I'm just like working with not full data here. It's like a whole chunk I'm missing right here. Okay, okay, but this is just what's gonna happen because of what's it called? The New Year change and whatnot. Okay, so let's leave this. I kind of want to extend this. I don't even know if it even gets this far. I'm not gonna even trade it anyway, so let's leave it out. Let's make it red. Okay, we're all good to go. We got our fibs here. We got our higher time frame zones. All right. The fibs always get respected. Don't know why they just do. Okay. I'm also, for my one viewer here, I'm also risking $1,000 per zone. I'm just flipping accounts right now. So I'm just doing 5 contracts max per trade because I'm only allowed 5 contracts on this account that I'm on. And let me see if I can show you the dashboard and whatnot. Yeah, we're just flipping accounts, so we're not doing anything special. So look, it's just Tradeify. I've been wanting to try them for a while. So we just did a live trade, just trying to get used to the profit and whatnot, seeing if they're allowing my 5-second time frame trades, and then now I'm just gonna risk $1,000 per zone. The only issue with doing this is I don't like to do it with trailing drawdown um, combines or like evaluations. I've never done it with a trailing one that was intraday. I've only done it with end of day trailing drawdown. So this is a bit different. So we'll see how it goes. But I think we'll be okay. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and then we'll be fine. Because if we look at the probabilities, we're winning more than we're losing. So if we do lose a blown account, we just get another one, and when we pass it, obviously we go to funded risk, which is like 10% or 20% of drawdown, funded drawdown. And I think with Tradeify that you have an intraday drawdown until you have your cushion. Let's see. Yeah, I just want to grow my account to Tradeify. I like just heard about them recently. I have a mentee who wants to like just get payouts already and like just grow. So I told him, I was like, just master the skill now. Then when we're ready, we'll flip accounts. So hopefully I can just show him how easy it is to flip accounts. And he's performing so well already too. We might not get any setups today, given how the week has been, and it's been December. We're in like so many high time frame zones also. Like everything just doesn't look good right now. Let me see. 12, 9. Oh, the next day starts. I hate when I don't have all the data from the London session because I can't put my lines down. I guess it wouldn't matter anyways right now because price is so far away. So this zone up here on the 1 minute, if you can see it, let me if I can make it better for you. Right here. This is a zone that we're gonna hold. I can tell you how I know. It's because you can see the pattern of NNT still happening. It's just happening absolutely in the worst wrong way. Let me show you. So you see the sweep right here still. Let me make this green so it's easier for you to see. So you see the pattern is still happening. Like the sweep happens and then the tap. So like the sweep happens still. The swing high, the swing low, swing high, swing low. Price comes back, breaks structure. See price comes back, breaks structure. Let's make it green anyways. Okay. Just sitting and waiting. Hmm. If you're rewatching this and it's not live, I highly recommend playing some music in the background. I normally like uh go towards like classical stuff when I'm trading. And then when I'm not trading, my music's normally all over the place. But I prefer like uh beats over lyrics, if that makes sense. Yo, I emailed you because I saw your okay my junk landing page PDF, but there's still value, so don't come at me. Um, I emailed you to see if you needed anything. It's awesome that you're here on the live streams. Let me know. I'd love to help you. I want to get you in the mentorship. Everybody in there's like blowing up and popping off, and I want you in there. If you're like interested enough to get a PDF on a strategy, like you're obviously interested enough to get into it. Clean a short Nasdaq long thing. What do you trade, bro? Well, that's so awesome. So what do? Is that like I just look for this pattern on the chart, and right now I'm trading NQ, so the NAS 100, and I am flipping accounts at the moment. So I'm just passing a bunch of accounts right now, and I have 27 accounts. I'm trying to get to 40, maybe even 50. So we're using Tradeify, this broker right here, and I'm risking about $1,000 per trade, and we're just trying to pass. And all I'm doing is I'm just looking for a pattern. So let me just show you. And I'm just looking for this pattern again and again and again. It's nothing special at all. So let me show you. I'll show you bearish and bullish if you want. Okay, so all I'm doing is, I'm assuming you know swing highs and swing lows. Swing high, swing high, swing high. And then like the bottoms are the swing lows, swing lows, swing lows. Let's see. Very much keen to join us. Love it. So yeah, swing high, swing lows. Call this NNT. It's super simple. So we get the swing high and swing low. We create a zone. Do the same thing to the downside or to the upside too. So we got a bullish play, got a bearish play. I'll make this white. Okay. So sweep, swing high, swing low. Price comes out, taps the zone. After the tap, we want to break of structure, and then we want price to reach 100% away, meaning 1 SDV, just 100% away. So just a zone times 2. This is 1 SDV, standard deviation. It's just all the same thing. So just reach 100% away. We get our tap, our break of structure after the tap. Then we enter at 50% with our take profit below and our stop loss above. Let's do the bullish example and see if you can do it yourself. Starting from the left here, we see the swing low get taken. So there's our sweep there. Same thing as a break of structure. It's not complicated. We get that swing high and we get that swing low. We create our zone like this green box right here. We want to tap on the zone, tap like this, and then we want to break of structure once again to the upside. So right here's a break of structure. Then our last requirement, hopefully you didn't forget already. It means that our last requirement is that we need price to reach 100% away. 100% can also mean 1 SDV or 1 standard deviation. And then let's move this up 100% away. Price comes down, fills us at 50% with our take profit up here and our stop loss below. Yes, I've been checking your emails out. The NNT pattern is real. Yeah. It's I don't know if you know who Dave FX is or Stoic or Diogenes. This is the same space, so the same pattern. It's a lot more niche, and as you can tell, like I'm only focusing on A+++ setups and nothing else, and I'm only trading one model, so it makes it easier to stick to those A++ setups. So like on my live streams, if you do rewatch them, or even on my back test, I skip on a lot of plays. So I'm always finding setups, I'm always finding plays, but I skip on them. There's a play right here, you can see it, what I just talked about. The sweep, the swing high, the swing low, price came out, tapped, but it didn't break structure. It went right back into the zone, so I pass on it. We move on. So I'm just constantly also using this pattern to gauge direction. So as you can see, these other zones that I have up, I have them marked out to understand what direction we're going. So we seem pretty bearish, but if we break this zone above on the 1 minute time frame, then I know that we're going to stay bearish if we reject it. If we have a 1 minute close above this zone, above a 1 minute close above the zone, then I know that we'll continue to be bullish. I'm also trading the 5-second time frame. I'm just looking for this pattern on the 5-second time frame. And then I look for the same pattern on the 15 minute and the 1 minute to gauge direction. Not too familiar with other good traders as yet. Lots of clickbait junkies out there. I've seen some theories. The swing high, swing low are most commonly noted from Asian market period. So I don't use resistant lines other than initial balance. And the initial balance is the first hour open, high and low. And I have a few other things, but that's just mainly it. And then the same pattern that I look for on every single time frame. This pattern, the NNT pattern, bearish and bullish. That's all I'm looking for again and again and again. Hey, Andy, I'm waiting for you to submit your back test. You haven't done it yet. I hope you're not touching your live accounts. And also too, Andy, I think after you submit all your back tests and get situated, I'm pretty sure we can flip accounts with you also. I don't think it'd be difficult for you to risk $1,000 per trade, because after you master the skill and you're already on the way. Also too, I don't really use any data from the ASA session. At the most, I'll get the high and low from London. It's 3 to 8 o'clock Central Time. That's the high and low from London time. And I get a lot of resistance at those times. Right now, I can't get that data, the high and low, because NQ is not letting me. As you can see, like, it's not showing me 3 to 8 o'clock on the chart. So I can't mark them out. But I know it's just the whole contract change and everything going on right now, especially earnings in January. So we're getting like no volume at all. We're looking pretty bullish. I see a play here. I'm not going to take it. It's lower probability for me, but I can show you. You can see the play. It's this exact pattern. We'll do both. I'll go over both right now with you. Let me just make the drawing white so you can see better. So here's a swing high. Here's a swing low. Here's a sweep. Swing high. Swing low. The sweep. We create a zone with that swing high and low. So let's create a zone right here. We then got a tap on the zone. A tap on the zone. Then after the tap, we need a break of structure. So where would that be? Break of structure is right here. I hope you guessed it right. It's just taking the swing high. Break of structure. And then show you the example here. Price tapped the zone. And guess what? Broke structure. And so we expect price to come back in and fill 50% with our take profit on the line above and our stop loss 1 tick below. Keep moving this. And all I'm doing, I'm just scanning left to right. I'm looking at every single sweep that happens again and again and again. So then I'm like creating zones in my head continuously. I just find out which ones are perfect. So like if I wanted to give you an example here too, like moving left to right, if we're looking at a bearish play, I see one, but like this would be a bearish play right here. To the downside, it never got formed, we move on. Next one, a bearish play again. Like right here. Because I'm getting, all I'm doing is I'm just grabbing swing highs and swing lows and making a zone. And I'm just doing that again and again and again. But I can do it in my head now because I've done it so much. Is it okay to use something else to journal? Because Notion is too complicated for me. You just haven't done it. That's it. As soon as you start doing it, it will be the most easiest thing you've ever done. Because this shouldn't be difficult at all. You have a table. You press this button. You make a title. You fill these out. It's so easy. You paste your pictures here, you screenshot this, and then you already have it. And you can turn this back to table view if you wanted to, but I just leave it as a calendar. And you can do the whole month view also. You just haven't tried to use Notion enough. You might have tried for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes and gave up. Nice. I'll definitely be in touch again, but I got a dip. So, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing up. I didn't think you were, so I thank you. And yeah, Andy, I'm getting like a sense that you're a person who's in fear of taking action. Maybe I'm wrong, because I've seen you do a lot, but somebody who like thinks more than does, and that can hold you back a lot. So just do your Notion, do your back test, just submit them. And if they're bad, don't worry about it. If they're ugly, just let me tell you what to do and tweak it and do it from there. Move from there. Because you already have the will, you already have the mindset. It just seems like we're getting a lot more thinking than doing right now. And I have ADHD, so like I know exactly how this is and how this feels because I'm like the perfect subject to show that behavior. Because like I don't sit back and think a lot. And I think before taking action. So recently, in the past like 2 years, I made it a big effort to act then think. Notion's also free too. So like if you can use TradeZilla, but I don't spend money. Just focus on Notion, focus on TradingView, and that's it. We'll go over all your trades together. I'll send you your video replies, your drawing mockups, your text replies, whatever. Also too, you can get Notion on your phone and your desktop too. So like if you're out and about and you're talking to somebody and you want to look at your trades or just go over your trades while you're out and about, Notion has the app. So this setup more than likely will deliver. I'm not gonna take it. I'm just not liking how we're not shooting up. I don't like how volume is really slow right now. This looks like I'm getting like a lunch volatility, and lunch for me would be 11 to 12:30 Central Time. So I'm really afraid right now. I kind of want volatility to be more stable, because when we have low volatility and like no movement, volatility will come out of nowhere and hit our stop loss when we take our trades. And it's so common. You're more than likely going to see it happen today, where we have no volume and then volume just pops up out of nowhere. I think it's just mainly because a lot of traders are stepping away this month. We have a new year coming. This also happens around like November, where everyone's taking their break, like the low volume, the random influx volatility. Broker is you, or should I trade with you? So if you do plan to join the mentorship, drop everything you know about trading, drop every broker you're using with, and just stick with TradingView. And then I'm gonna make you submit a bunch of backtests from TradingView, and then that's it. There's also a free journal program I'm gonna make you download. I can show you. It's super easy and super simple. This is just a table view. So if I make this a table, it's just a table view and a calendar view, and it's so easy. And it's just a page. You just fill these little things out, these properties. It's so simple. I promise you it's not complicated. And then we just journal our trades in here and we move on. So at the end of the week, we have all our issues. We even have like a little comment here. And at the end of the week, we wrap all our issues up. So then in the Discord, when I ask you to submit everything, I can see how you've been doing. I see all your back test. And I can tell you like what to do next. I have a mentee right now. He started the mentorship, submitting his back test. Now it's 14 days or 15 days now, but it was in 13 days. He had 100% win rate with 9 wins, but he skipped a bunch of plays, and that just shows you like how far you can go with a mentor, because he was being super selective. Like he knows, and even like he's making his zones wrong and stuff. He was still saying like this doesn't meet up to par. Like I know to skip this, and like that's where I want to get you. And that's the whole goal. And it's really, really, really cool too, like to see that. Like it makes me feel good because like he's listening, he's trying, and he's putting in the work. And like anybody can do that. Um, oh, let's see. Yeah, so like I said, like I'm not gonna take this trade. I also don't do. I really do not like plays. I say this all the time. When we come out the zone and we swim, and we just like swim real close to it, even if we're not tapping it, I do not like it when we swim above. I feel like they're just teasing me before we drop. So I was just talking about how we have no volatility, and then out of nowhere, we get spikes of volatility. The perfect example here. Sometimes we'll see like just full candles start coming down. These are. Also, yeah, all the prices and stuff. My mentorship, I only charge 150, and that's a lifetime. Like you never have to pay anything again. I'm really big on building a community right now, so I want testimonials and like just somebody who's active. I don't want people coming in and no, they're not active. And then you have to get TradingView, and TradingView Premium is like $60 a month, I think. I can show you how to backtest for free, but it's gonna make everything 10 times harder, and you're just gonna struggle trying to backtest for free. So I just say get TradingView. It makes everything so easy. And trying to backtest free anywhere is like not very easy because you have Quantower, like Ant Futures, and you have NinjaTrader where you can try to back. I never even traded off NinjaTrader, but like you can try these other programs to backtest off of, but you're just gonna struggle. Just stick with TradingView. Yeah, my mentorship is like so dirt cheap right now. And I really want to grow it. And I've talked to like a lot of like content creators and people who do this stuff, and everybody's telling me that I need to charge 2 to 3K per person. But I think it's ridiculous right now how early it is. I want a community, so like I'm just gonna keep it dirt cheap for now. I want to get at least 40, 50 people in it, and then we all have a community. Then I can raise prices. But for now, like I just want real traders. The paid sub is yet. Yeah, dude. If you just dropped entertainment and fun and just focused on me solely and just focused on my strategy only, you can have all the fun for the rest of your life. You just got to master the skill first. Because like what I teach is so easy, it's mechanical. So that's why people are getting such good results, because they're learning mechanical strategy. Like you're not sitting there relying on intuition and hoping, and you always have a defined risk to reward, as if you're trying to trade a strategy like supply and demand or support and resistance. You really realistically don't have the best consistent R&R, meaning like you don't really know what you're risking all the time. Be on the news. That's hilarious. Yeah, a lot of traders too, like, and I think you notice, like, even in today's era and space, a lot of traders come out with these courses, all this content and stuff, but they're just like overloading you with information. Their setup is iffy, like nothing is in set in stone and nothing is systemized. It feels like they want to keep you in a loop. That's what I hate. So I'm trying to avoid the whole like keeping you guessing or keeping you confused. Like I'm real big on make you profitable. This is what you need to do. And like the ones who show up can succeed, because you do not need to be smart doing this. I'm like, I'm pretty, I don't want to say illiterate, but like my grammar isn't the best, but look how good I perform trading. Like my math isn't the best, but look how good I perform trading. Like this isn't take no magical skill. All I'm doing is just showing up. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Yeah, gatekeepers, that's funny. I can't even talk trash because the Discord that I have now, I want to eventually gatekeep in the future, but I'm gonna wait till I have like 2 or 3 thousand people. I don't want to gatekeep it now or anytime soon. Um, I love the idea of community because like everybody can learn. Even if you see me like talk to one mentee and tell him something, you can still gain insight from that conversation between me and that one mentee. And like if that mentee succeeds and grows, I wouldn't expect the mentee to leave. Like I would expect the mentee to stay in the community still and help others. Because when you're trading like and you become profitable, things become boring. And I think every profitable trader's been there, and they've always talked about it like you're just watching paint dry. Pretty sure I'm gonna call it now, but I'm pretty confident we're gonna get no setups today. As you can see, we're in a range. That's my life, dude, for real. Oh, how long have you been trading for? Like, what's the journey been like? Have you been booming and busting, like not solidifying your strategy or like not fully understanding what you're doing? Because keep in mind, and I always say this, a chicken can get funded. A chicken can come behind and show up in the market, press two random buttons, and get funded and get payout. And if a chicken can succeed, anybody can succeed. So if you're booming and busting also means you're winning a lot, they're losing a lot. Like you think that you know what you're doing, but you don't have anything solidified. You're playing a game of probabilities. So like you're just playing poker. And poker is a game of probabilities. So every single time you come to the market, you're gambling. And every time a chicken comes into the market, the chicken is gambling. Sometimes the chicken wins, sometimes the chicken loses. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So I have an edge that's super mechanical and it increases our probabilities. So we have a high probability of winning. But that does not mean we'll always win. I tried to make it a habit on the live streams of saying out loud that this trade is going to be a loss. So when I enter a trade, I say out loud, I'm expecting a loss from this trade. It's just habits that I want the mentees to pick up on. Yeah, bro, 100% on and off since 2018. I'm 23 now, only taking it serious now. Dude, yeah, it took me 6 years of running in circles with my head off to like finally understand what I need to do. I've noticed a lot of traders don't have direction. Like they're just lacking some ways to tell them what to do exactly. Because we all try to do this on our own and we all get our asses beat up and we finally figure out like we just need somebody to tell us what to do exactly. And I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. It's crazy too how young you are and how like the will and motivation you have. I had accountability partner from South Africa about 2 years ago. Me and him were both unprofitable at the time. And I reached out to him to like say like, hey, like I'm doing good now and stuff, but he didn't get back to me. But I hope he's doing good also. But same thing with me and him, like we were both unprofitable, trying to be accountability partners. So like we both couldn't get each other out of the situation. Like we're just both unprofitable together. Game plan on me and the strategy on you, boy. That's awesome. Yeah, I've like systemized everything. Like when I say I systemize everything, I really have. I can like I can even show you a drawing example here. What I'm trying to say, like, just pretend that this is you right here. So this is you, and this is your ladder. To get down the ladder, his name was Herman. You're funny. So yeah, let me explain to you like what's gonna happen. So here's you. You have to get down the ladder here to get to the money. I'm gonna tell you exactly what foot to put down, what toe to put on each ladder, like what to do exactly to get to the money. And how I do that is I'm so big on mastering the skill. So all I say is that we master this pattern, how to apply it to every single time frame, so we can murder on the 5-second time frame. So on this 5-second time frame, I do so well, I do so good because I can gauge direction, and I know when we're going up and I know when we're going down. So I avoid counter trend trades. So I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing I do with the least amount of tools, the least amount. Like I don't even use any indicators. If you notice, I haven't used a single indicator. The super fast track to success. This is the first time I see the charts work in my favor. One of my mentees who's killing it right now, he just said, this is my first time I see the charts work in my favor. The strategy works. Just focus on the textbook setups and nothing else. Andy especially needs to read this. Andy's somebody, and if you are hearing this and you can relate to this, this is gonna happen to you too. Because we're not all different. We're all the same. Andy is somebody, because Adrian and Andy are two different people. Andy is somebody who thinks and then does, and then Adrian is somebody who does and then thinks. We all need to be more like Adrian, because as soon as we get our foot in the door, we start moving, we start getting results, repetition, and as Alex Hormozi says, no one can teach us to scale. So like, He's doing so amazing only because he's just showing up. And that's all he's doing. He's just showing up to basketball practice early and staying late. So currently we're getting nothing. I want a 1 minute body close under this green zone right here, but we're already struggling. I doubt we're going to do anything today. I'm pretty sure we're just going to be moving sideways for the rest of the session. I'm hoping we get an influx of volatility. Like these candles just move a bunch and we get some price around 10:30. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Um, I'm just not expecting us to do anything just because how the week has been and the date. Oh, I know I did forget. I hope y'all enjoyed Christmas. And if you had no one to enjoy Christmas with, I hope you backtested. I still need to go over uh, Adrian's trades. I wanted to go over the mentees backtest on the live streams, but I think that'll just be like a 1 day out of the week thing. I want to schedule that more too, also. So I'll do more in the future. Just show up. Honestly, that's all it is. It's awesome. Adrian too. I don't know if you have the backtest videos I post. I hope you rewatch them or watch them, and because now since you're already applying, you can see the zones that I'm marking out and why I marked them out. You can see zones that I'm missing, zones that I'm skipping in my backtest videos. And just recently, I'm trying to do them a lot more, like being attentive a lot more on my backtest videos. Just so the whole point is when you do rewatch them, you get a clear idea what you need to be doing. Because the course, it only gives you so much, and applying only gives you so much. It's like the active learning of me like dissecting your trades and then you seeing me perform, which keep you on track. Yeah, as you can see, we've just been chopping the zone. We haven't really got a full body 1 minute close, and if we did, it was just real sloppy. You can see right here. But it looks like we're gonna dump. And if we don't, we don't. We'll see. We're just ready for it. So if we dump to the zone and we come down, I'll be interested in looking for a bearish play in this window. Hopefully we can find something that's bearish. We normally do when we break initial balance, this orange line. And if you don't know what initial balance is, it's just the first hour high and low open. So for me, New York, we open at 8:30. So I would put a red line at 8:30 and a red line at 9:30. And I would see the high and low in that window of time, and I'll put the high and low in that window of time. So what I just said, the initial balance, here's the low. We always react to initial balance. There's people who only trade the reaction to initial balance. So yeah, we're just using it as a line as resistance. If we break, we had that 1 minute body close, we'll understand that we're still bearish. But as always, we always reject the zone of below. I make a zone on the start of the session below. We always respect it. Like we never not respect it. It's just because it's the range, the bottom and top of the range. I don't take first flips, meaning like if we're going all the way up, then out of nowhere we come down. That very tip is a first flip. So I avoid first flips. So the zones holding the range are first flips. The whole idea of like being profitable is just limiting size, limiting trades, and then limiting the trades that you take, like A++ and whatnot. And you shouldn't be jumping around in models, and you shouldn't be trying to make two models work. Just stick to one model, find a mentor, and even if it's not me, just any mentor. Hopefully the strategy is mechanical, and just don't trade anything else. There should be no reason why you're trying to take 4 different setups from 4 different people, and you know what I'm trying to say. The whole boom and bust thing. I don't blame you though. A lot of teachers in the space are real hard to understand. Did you learn from Dave Teaches? I did not actually. So I learned more from Diogenes and I modified his. So, but Diogenes is just Dave FX. So he's not anything different or anything too niche. Um, Dave FX's whole concept is Stoic SBs, is mine, and Diogenes strategy. It's all Dave FX. I don't want to disrespect him, but I just cannot handle the way Dave teaches. He's screaming and ranting like honestly 80% of the time, and they're hour long videos. I just it's not for me. Diogenes just has way too much information, and he's more of like trying to be a YouTuber more than mentor. So there's not really anything that like you can get your footing around. And I also don't like the way he answers people and does things. So all I've done is I have a setup from DaveFX that's super duper 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 niche. And I just look for this pattern on every single time frame and I gauge direction doing that. So I don't have to do nothing else. So I come onto the screens, I put these silly little lines, I make these silly little boxes, and I look for this goofy little pattern, and that's it. And I hop off. I don't want to be coming in here and having to think and doing all this buffoonery. Just make it simple. Yeah, when I watched Diogenes, almost every time any setup would drop of another way to trade the same model, I got confused. Yeah, it's like he's just trying to I don't know what the word is. Uh it's like he also owns other businesses. So like this isn't all he does. And as somebody who's also an entrepreneur, and if you are, you know this feeling. It's like Alex Ramosi talks about it, the girl in the red dress. It's like always a new shiny object. So I think he's just trying to get into space more, but I don't think he fully understands what he's doing or he had a plan coming to the space. It's just like an overload of information and I'm like all over the place. I like this is the best way to think. If you know the glitch setup from Diogenes, this is a modification more of the glitch than anything. I also require like taps and other stuff. If you know Diogenes's moneymaker setup, add a sweep, add like standard deviation, and add like my little break of structure requirements, and that's what it is. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Boban. I'm predicting a bearish close to this week, bud. It's awesome that you say that. How do I sync my drawing tools to different charts? Okay, I'll answer. Give me 1 second. So drawing tools, we're gonna do settings. I know how to do this. We'll figure it out together here. There's a way. It's like it tells you, like show drawings on other charts. If you're on TradingView, let's see. Second time was right. Yeah. Chart templates. I would just Google it, Andy. I'm pretty sure there's a way because I had this issue the other day too. Like, oh, you right click on the drawing, I think it was, and then it was sync and layout, I believe, or sync globally. Yeah, it's sync and layout or sync globally. Let me check. I don't remember, Andy. I will just Google it. Also, you can ask TradingView's support team. They're super helpful. And make sure on the top left that you have the same ticker on. That's a common issue. Get the same ticker and make sure it's all right. Oh, I'm predicting a bearish close this week. Yeah, so what I do is like I don't predict anything in the future. That's why I love my strategy so much. I just show up and then I do my higher time frames and my other stuff. And I only trade in such a niche small window of times. So I only need so much data. So it's really cool that like I don't have to predict the week, or I don't have to do any more research than the 20 minutes or 10 minutes before I start the session. That's what makes everything or makes what I have so powerful. Because we're like all just really focused on one thing. This strategy also works on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Just the 5 second, I have so many more opportunities. So I just stick to the 5 second. Effective. Yeah, dude, as you know, like, because if I showed y'all a setup or like a picture of my setup before, like, I'm not bullshitting you. Excuse my language. I had like 6 or 7 monitors. It was crazy. I can show you a picture. I think I posted a picture in the Discord. Um, but yeah, I had like all these monitors. Like, it was crazy. I was looking at Bookmap. I was looking at order flow, like all the numbers, level 2, all this data, the DOM. Like, I was looking at absolutely everything, and I was just constantly booming and busting. Um, Now I only have 2 monitors. I used to have a giant ultra widescreen. I literally have 2 monitors, and one of the monitors is sitting on a book. Like, I've really cut down, and but it's just like a habit I've done in my life continuously. Like, what can I cut down on? Like, what don't need? As y'all can see, like, even on the free Discord, like, I take stuff out. Like, I try not to add things, so I'm always cutting down. So when I've really cut everything down, the strategy, it's so perfect now. So we just come on. I only trade from 9:40 to 11 o'clock Central Time and 12:30 to 1:30 Central Time. So I'm only trading that 1 hour window. I take a break for an hour and a half, come back again for another hour. My mind is locked in. I'm focused. I'm focused only on one strategy. And I can understand direction by just focusing on this one strategy. Like, I've made everything just so simple. I also have ADHD, so like everything is just harder than it needs to be for me. So having everything so simple is just like, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. This really sucks, dude. We've gotten nothing. I said it all week too. And if you've been watching the lives, then you've heard me say this. But in December and more likely in January, we're gonna keep getting this, like the move of volatility and then the chop. Like, you can see like the big candle move and then the chop, 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 chop. It just keeps happening again and again and again. And normally, if the morning is just as slow, the afternoon will be just as slow. But I'll show up for the afternoon just in case. Maybe we'll find one setup. For the new people who are here, I'm currently just passing accounts. Just the whole point right now. I have 27. I want to get to 30 or 40. It shouldn't be difficult. I'm risking $1,000 per trade, and hopefully passing more accounts. When I do this, I get static accounts, or I get end of day trailing drawdown. I don't ever get trailing drawdown when I do this, so this is my first time doing it with trailing. So we'll see what happens. For y'all who don't understand what trailing drawdown is, I'll tell you right now. I can explain it to you. Price is going up. Let's say I have an order right here. Price fills me at this order. Let's say price goes up, but I don't take profit at all. There's something called a trailing drawdown. It's this little, I'll make it red. It's this red line here. And if we touch this red line, my account gets blown. This is what a trailing drawdown is. So let's say I get filled here at this white line and price goes up, okay? This red line right here, if it touches it, my account gets blown. I have not closed my position. I'm in a position right now. Trailing drawdown will follow this price. Even though I haven't closed my P&L, and just say price is going up still, this trailing drawdown is still going to follow me. It's going to keep following me. So let's say I don't close my position and I'm up $2,000. If price comes all the way down, it's going to hit that trailing that's following. And it's going to close me out of my position. So you just have this like bar that's going to cancel your account following you continuously. So that's why I normally do end of day trailing drawdown, because the bar doesn't move until the day's over. But I got this account for like $30, but it has trailing drawdown, so I'm just gonna try it out, see what happens. The whole point is I risk $1,000 per trade, and if we pass or if we fail, doesn't matter. Whenever we do pass, though, we just go back to our normal risk. So as you can see, we're on NQ. We're not on MNQ. And my max is only 5 contracts. So I'm just going to do 5 contracts each trade. Because normally it's about like 6 to 7 contracts for $1,000 per zone. Oh no, this one's only 4. Let me see. Yeah, this one's only 4. But yeah, it's around like 5 contracts per zone for $4,000. So yeah, you know, like I said, around 10:30, hopefully that we get that movement. It looks like it's happening. Hopefully it continues. I doubt there's going to be any resistance here. I'll mark it out just in case. But I doubt we're going to reject up here. I'm pretty sure we're going to continue moving forward. What was the risk percent you had per trade when you had your first funded account? When I first started trading, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just over leveraging when I got funded. So like I just had no direction. I was just confused. What I tell everybody and the mentees too, I highly recommend the amount of drawdown that you risk is 10% of the, the amount you risk per trade is 10% of drawdown. So let's say you have $2,000 worth of drawdown on a 50K account. You're only going to risk $200 per trade. If it'll be more conservative, cut that in half. But with my mentees, what I do is when you come in, I tell you to get rid of all your prop firm accounts because you're not even supposed to be trading prop unless you're profitable. So get out of that. That's a bad habit already. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make you submit 30 back tests. And then after those 30 back tests, I'm going to tell you if you're eligible to go to prop or not. And if I say no, you're going to need to submit more back tests. If I say yes, then we're going to go to prop and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do from there. But the whole point is you master the scale, the money will follow. Because in the end, after you master the scale, you can just get multiple accounts. There should be no reason why you're taking another trade because you're emotional. Like that's just ridiculous. That means that you don't know what you're doing. You're gambling. No one taught you. You just hopped into trading thinking you can do this by yourself, but you can't. It's just a hard truth, and it's a really, really, really hard pill to swallow. To like sit back and tell yourself like I don't know what I'm doing. But like that's when you succeed because then you be submissive to like the information that you're getting. You're more open-minded, and then you grow. Because I did not want to accept for the longest time that I didn't know what I was doing, but I just didn't, you know. Also, too, if you have the opportunity to risk the entire account per trade just to pass, I would just do it. Because if you already have the skill and you're profitable, like there's no reason why not. And as you can tell during my live streams and my data, 99% of the time, all my losses are due to probability. And if it's not probability, it's just me not paying attention to something. I've made a few mistakes trading and talking, like because this whole live streaming content is all new to me. So like I'll miss a setup or maybe I'll miss something that I wasn't paying attention to. But I just journal it and then I go over it at the end of the week and then I improve the next week. So if I make issues on the live streams because I'm too busy talking or I'm not focused on something because I'm too worried about the live stream or I'm too worried about the mentees. Because I have an issue about caring too much. So I just put it in my journal. I put it for the weekly wrap up. I go over my data. I see how I am. And then the next week, I just tackle better. But that's what I'm going to want you to do. You're going to do the same thing I do. Also, too, if you join the mentorship and you want to take your time, like just say you got the mentorship, but you're not ready to start yet, you can put on the back burner for a year if you wanted to because it's lifetime. And then when you did get started, you can submit a back test once a month or 3 a day. Just whenever, you can just take your time with it. But if you want to succeed immediately and you're just tired of failing, hop in it, do 3 back tests a day, and you'll be like way further than anybody else in 30 days. Okay, so I see we're getting movement. It looks like a setup is getting developed here. If I want a lot of strength to the upside, I do not want another pullback down. If we do get another pullback down, the setup becomes invalid. If y'all can see what I see, I'm looking for, where is it? There you are. This is what I see right here, this pattern. Let me move it right here. Do you see it? The sweep right here, the sweep right here, swing high, swing low. We got swing low. Awesome. I really do hope you get in touch. Thanks for joining the live stream. I love it when people come and learn. It's like it just shows me that you want to change your life. And like that's the type of characters I want to be around. Okay, so see the zone right here? It's already getting mitigated. I'm not interested in much anymore. But look, sweep, swing high, swing low, tap, maybe a tap, break of structure, break of structure. Let's see. Oh, come on. I want a strong push up. I don't want no playing games here. And if I don't get a strong push up, I'm taking this off. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna play games with me. Okay, let's get rid of all this here. I want to mark it out. Mark it out. And if you're still watching, here's an example when I say getting a candle with nothing above it on the left, or the candle on the left of it and the right of it. It's the highest one. That's the swing I'll grab. If you see me trying to grab a swing that doesn't have the high left or right or different color candle change, then I'm doing it wrong. So here we go. I'm glad you mentioned that too, Andy, because it helps me like understand that people are watching. So like I need to do exactly what I say. All right, I like this, but I'm a bit unsure. I want volatility to step in and push away from this. I do not want to go lower than this right here. If we break this line and come down, I'm not going to take this. I want that push. I feel like we're going to get it. I'm hoping for it. But we're really struggling here. Like really struggling. Come on. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. Man, I really wanted it to. I really, really wanted it. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, let's move this out the way. Yeah, I really wanted that. That sucks. I think the most fulfilling thing and like the thing I love the most about doing all this and this mentorship is like I'm around people who want more, and that's just what I want in my life in general. So I have such a small circle. Like I just can't be around people like who are not striving for better. Especially at the age I'm at too. Yeah, this zone I would not have taken this trade at all. We're more than likely just gonna chop this area like this until the end of the session. We got that influx volatility, but we just stopped again. Oh, this play might deliver. How funny is that? Obviously didn't reach standard deviation and whatnot, but it's cool to see these zones hold because then it shows like I'm getting better at knowing what zones hold direction, or like, because you can see I always talk about it. We're just looking for that same pattern. We can always get the pattern in the wrong ways, but the pattern always plays out. Let's see here. Oh, it's like this. So like, let me show you. Well, what I was just talking about, how like we see the pattern, but in the wrong ways. This is how I know that we're going to reject an area or hold a zone. So like swing high, swing low, it gets swept, right? So we create that zone there. But look, you see how price didn't come out. It like did a tap too deep, then it broke structure. I wouldn't trade this, but I will leave the zone marked out because the pattern still happened and it can be pretty strong. So I'll leave it, and then what I'll see is like price will come in and like play with me and whatnot, but it's holding. So like I know it's bullish. We're still bullish. So the pattern's always playing out still. Just I want it to be the prettiest way it plays out. So as you can see here, it played out still. That swing high, that swing low, that sweep, price came out, tapped, broke structure, like the whole pattern played out, but it didn't reach standard deviation. But I can use it for direction because it did what I just said, the whole pattern. Look at even failed 50%. Also too, if y'all know, and the ones who watch me, I skip on so many plays just because the pattern isn't perfect. And how have I been profitable in December? Just by doing that. Just being selective and skipping on everything. Man, I've always been self-sabotaging myself with everything in trading. I know I have to change when I found you presenting these swing zones, flips, and a T. So simple. It's kind of unreal to learn. Dude, I know it's instant gratification, the substance abuse. Trust me, I've been through it all. I know. I've talked to all these mentees and I've talked with all these other struggling traders, and I can tell too, like when they're at a state where they're too stuck in it and then when they're ready to grow. And you already like speaking about that, admitting that, showing up to a live shows that you're ready to change. You start off to like, you just do like, it's just baby habits. And in my course, I have a section called behaviors. If you want to message me too, I can give you the behavior section for free if you want it. It's just an activity to do that you assess all these behaviors that are all related to trading, but you won't know. You just don't know that. But I just ask these questions. If any question is B or C and not A, then there's some work that you need to improve to fix that behavior. So like just off the data you're giving me, what I can see is that you don't have a setup or strategy that tells you where your stop is or your take profit is. It's always inconsistent. What I'm also getting from you too is that if you have been trading prop firms, that you've been feeding a gambling addiction. So like you have nothing instilled yet. So then we fix all that by just making you focus on one model and then limiting your trades. And then every week you submit the behavior that you're working on, and I'll give it to you for free. You want to do it by yourself. It's like a real ego and pride thing that people are just fighting, that they just like can't sit down and journal. But I have it all. Like I literally have everything. You're just in an instant gratification loop of addictions, and like you can't handle delayed gratification, but it's because you don't have direction. And we're also in a really, really, really tough environment with society and in general. Like even like trying to find relationships, women and men are just both filled with fake ideas and instant gratification. At the end of the day, it's that damn phone, and it's that you just don't have control over your desires, but it's all because you don't have direction. Because if you had a parent that told you don't do this, and they talked to you like an adult, they communicated with you, they treated you in every ounce of respect, of course you're gonna learn. Of course you're gonna be that amazing person because you got direction, and you're willing to listen. Someone can't change if they don't want to. But like I just said earlier, like I love being in a space and around people who want change. Like that's what I strive for every day, and that's what you need to be successful in trading. My model has a 74% rate, but with a negative RRF. It was sad to leave my own career long for. So 2 questions. So, yes, I know what you're talking about. I've been there also. You have a high win rate, but I'm assuming that you can't manage your emotions when you lose. And creating your own model, it's like 5% of the time it's gonna work out. The 95% of the time it's not gonna work out. So like, it's good that you can take this, just swallow the pill and take a step back. Another model that I created, I did an EMA with an FVG So a 5-minute FEG with the EMA, and that's like what, like a 60% win rate, and anyone can be profitable with it. Like, I don't like losing. Yeah, like it's just so easy to like make a strategy. Um, but it all just comes down to, are you backtesting it enough? Can you handle your emotions and whatnot? Just stick to somebody, follow somebody's strategy, and you'll succeed from there. What prop firm do you prefer to use? There's a bunch that I recommend. If you're profitable already, um, and like you've been succeeding, I would maybe say Tradeify or Apex or TopStep. Like, it doesn't really matter. If you're a new trader and you've been struggling, you've been booming and busting, I wouldn't trade any prop firm at all, because I wouldn't touch them unless you're profitable. Um, a prop firm should never be difficult unless you don't know how to trade. Yeah, if you are profitable, just go to Tradeify and get an instant funding account so you can skip the challenge. If you're not profitable, learn a strategy first, backtest a strategy, and then try Tradeify. Apex normally has a lot of deals too. People too, like, if you notice all this drama around like payouts and stuff and all this other stuff, they're all just worried about the wrong things. Like, they're not, no one's, the people who are complaining and crying about payouts and crying about all this nonsense are normally people who are not profitable. And they, all the rules are all stated like before you, there's nothing that you're gonna come in questioning. Like, everything is stated. The only feature that I can't, I mean, the only prop firm that I can't participate in is like Elite Futures and My Fund Futures, because they don't allow trades that last longer than 5 seconds. Tradeify does the same thing. Yeah, so like other ones are like less than 30 seconds, but Tradeify is less than 5 seconds, so it's okay. But I just have to read regulations and stuff. But if they follow, if I can trade the 5 second time frame, that's all I need. And I trade 1-to-1, so like it doesn't really matter any other requirements. So as you can see, we just rejected this area above. Now we're dumping. I'm not gonna take that as the first flip. Let's see. Do you see anything to the upside here? Nope. Yeah, I'm seeing like absolutely nothing right now. There's this play, but this is just so little. This is way too yeah, this is way too risky. We'll mark it out though. I don't like losing. That's so funny. Yeah, that's like everybody's problem, is like they just can't handle the loss. Also, too, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Bobin. Um, with the whole mentorship thing, I made it all easy. I even like have you have this journal. It's pretty sick. You just, here's your properties. This is the stuff you fill out. It's not complicated, I promise you. It's so, and it's free too. You put your notes, you put your comment on the day, like how you went, and then at the end of the week, you add all your issues at the end of the week. And this is just a table view, like just a table, and then I just changed it to a calendar view. This is a nasty week. Let me show you, like, yeah, like more pretty. So like I traded this day and then I document my back test. It's pretty badass. It's called Notion. You can do it on your phone and your desktop. And it's free. Okay. I would want this if we reject it. Nope, we're not. Never mind. Forget what I just said. I like this play, but I really want a strong push. That didn't happen. I want this one right here just because nothing has happened and I'm foaming into it, but I'm not going to take it because the sweep isn't super proper and we're not really getting a full idea of direction right now. We're just swimming around. I was applying for jobs this week to get my money so I can buy your membership. Been 2 months without work. Got a little lazy. Yeah, I've been there. That's what you need to do too, because like when you do start, since you've been in a rut, since you plan to start the mentorship, get a job now, get situated, get your money up, and then all that like movement and motivation, then you get into the mentorship. I would hope though that you would understand that you would need to put in work after work. So doing this would be a second job. Um, but it's only like what, a 2 3 month sacrifice to change your entire life. And even Alex Ramosi says it, like, just grind and you're set like 3 4 years ahead. I have about 5 years experience, but I had lost around about 50K in the first 4 years. I now trade really good. I make small $100 deposits now. I really feel like giving up. Any advice? Yeah, Bong, it's gonna be a real tough pill to swallow, and you're not gonna want to hear this. It's more than likely because you don't understand your strategy. Like you don't know what you're doing, and you think you do, but you don't. As this is such a great example of talking about how I love being around people who want to improve their lives. As you can see, Bong, Bobin or Boban, he's in a rut. You're on the way to be just like him in a rut. You need to take a step back, evaluate the situation, and then what steps do we need to take to get us profitable. So we just need first a job to keep our mentality stable and to pay bills. So then we get a job. Then we need to master a strategy that we fully understand. So we can do that by getting a mentor, maybe joining webinars with a certain person. So we already got our life situated, our money situated. Now we're just gotta worry about the scale. So we master the scale. I'm your mentor. Everything's so cheap right now, so just take advantage of me. So I mentor you. We master the scale. After we master the scale, and after you've been doing good with work, you've been waking up early. You understand that you need to backtest and practice after work. Then we can apply the skill that you have just learned to trading. So you've learned the skill to be patient. You've learned the skill to only look for this one model. You've learned the skill to understand direction. Then we'll go into a prop firm where we can apply the skill, and you won't have any issues because you know what to do, you know what to wait for, and you know what to look for. I made it so easy because I don't have a negative setup. I don't have no BC. I only have one setup and nothing else. And I have all these requirements to take this one setup. Realistically, I don't talk about it much, but I really do average a 95% win rate. I just tell everybody 85% because it's more realistic, but it's not anybody can receive a 95% win rate. I'm not special at all. I'm only special because I can pass on so many setups, and I can pass on so many setups because I do this again and again and again. If you got a job and you wanted to be good at basketball, so you showed up to these basketball tournaments to play, but you did really terrible. So after work, you're gonna go practice, go play basketball at your local gym. You're gonna go play basketball with your friends after work. You're constantly engaging in this activity. You're working on basketball. So the tournament comes again, and you've been practicing for so long. You've been at work. You play in this tournament, and then you win because you've done so well. You've been practicing. This is the same thing. You do not need to be smart doing this. All you need to do is take a step back and master the skill. Then when you have mastered the skill, you can apply it. Just right now, you have not mastered the skill. Also, too, I lost just about the same amount of money in 6 years. I ran in circles. I tried trading options. Like I never knew what I was doing. My stop loss and take profit were never in the right spots. At a period too, like I almost lost my house. It was just so much. I'm also the type of character I am. I'm an entrepreneur. Like I've always done things on my own. Like I bought and sold cars for a while. I had a dealership for a while. Like I've always worked real hard. So when I came into trading, it was like it's gonna be easy. Like I've done everything else. Like why would this be difficult? And trading has been like the hardest thing ever. But it was solely because I never had direction. I never really had anyone telling me what to do. And the mentors I did get and the courses that I did get left me with more questions. Like I was even more confused. It's like I was in a constant cycle. And I honestly, if we're being real here, I got really, really, really lucky that I have a strategy now that does everything for me. Like I literally does everything for me. I can gauge market direction, and I can know what's an A++ setup. And that's all I need. I also limit my trades to 3 trades a session or 2 losses. I normally never really get to 3 trades in a session, but it's available for me. Because the whole point is if I have a win, I have a loss, I can still end the day on a green or end the day on break even, obviously. And that's what normally happens. If I do take a loss, I always make it up, but it's because I have those 3 trades. Thank you for asking me these questions. I love hearing these different point of views because even if like everyone has been through a hard situation in trading, no one has like gone into trading and succeeded. It's really, really rare. Yeah, that's why like my mentorship and like what I speak and what I do is so valuable is basically it's just because of focus. Like I'm focused so hard on one thing and nothing else. And the guy who's focused on one thing is gonna succeed. So all I'm doing is just looking for this pattern continuously, up and down. So like you see the zone that I created? Like we're reacting to 50%. And we might even fill and hit take profit. But we'll see. What I want is I want a full body close below it so we can continue bearish and I can find a play that's bearish. Okay, thanks a lot, sir. Sellers. My current salary is $150 a month USD. Where do I start from? I don't know what country or place you're from. I would save your money. I would make sure that you can afford to live first. I would look into meditating. It sounds silly if you never meditated before. Put a timer for 3 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes. I really want you to do 10 minutes, but just do 3 minutes. Meditate, sit down, sit crisscross, close your eyes, play some bird sound just for 3 minutes. And we just do this for every day. We save our money, we get our mentality in check, we take a step back from trading. When you are ready, and if I do raise my prices, just message me and say, hey, like I talked to you on the live streams, and I'll give it to you for the 150 that I've been doing. And then get into the mentorship. From there, I can show you how to backtest for free, but I recommend getting a program because if we do backtest for free, it's going to be a bit harder for you, but we can do that. And then from there, we'll get you situated. I am third world country. Thank you so much, sir. I understand. I'm so sorry you have to go through that. The only way is patience. Trying to rush this process will only get you so far. You just got to sit back and relax, and I promise you'll get there. And if you do join the mentorship, the faster you submit your backtest, the faster like you show me that you want this. Like the more you do it, the faster you'll succeed. This doesn't take only hard work you have to do is just showing up, and you're showing up for yourself. You're not showing up for me. Oh, I love when we get together. I know that like everybody wants to succeed. And just most people won't put in the work. How can I get access to you? I just uploaded my back test from yesterday. Awesome, Andy. So in this live stream on the bottom, I have a description. If you look for the word that says free Discord and it has like a purple circle, you can click it and it'll take you to the Discord. If you don't have Discord already made, it's an app you can get on the computer or on your phone. Andy, I just uploaded my backtest from yesterday. I'll go over it after the session ends, Andy. I might just make a video on it. I have to go over Adrian's also. And if you're watching Adrian, I would go over Andy's and Peter's backtest also, so you can learn too. Yeah, you are being lazy, Andy. It's the hard truth is that this generation is weak, and I don't mean no disrespect. You hear it in every other podcast, and everyone talk about it, and it's not your fault. Like you were born in a generation full of it. It's just instant gratification, so it makes everything harder. But you're a person who thinks more before acts. So it's going to make everything a lot harder, especially in life. It's a behavior that I would work on. Just start doing, and even when you're really uncomfortable, like when you're super duper duper uncomfortable, just tell yourself push and focus, push and focus. Alex Ramosi says it a lot too. Like when you're working and you're real tired, just wait 15 minutes and it'll go away. And he's right, it does. Also consider meditating too. It's real hard to start, but 3 minutes, put a timer on. I'm glad you told me, Eddie. This is the stuff that I want to hear. This is the vulnerability I want to hear. Because then we can always work on habits to fix this. Also, Andy, if you partake in THC, just try to get in the motion of stopping or just sacrificing in the season, just until you become profitable. And it won't take long. I promise you, just give me 30 days. And if you just show up, I'll get you where you want to get to. So we got a nothing. The session all we've done is just ranged. I did predict the volatility coming in. It did come a little earlier, but no setups were present during the volatility. Even looking at things in hindsight, everything was like super low grade, so nothing was tradable at all. Hopefully in the afternoon we find something. Damn, bro, how you know? Oh, sorry. When shall we do astral meet and greet? Dude, I want to do a meet up with people, but I want to do like an in-person class also. But obviously when we get there, we'll get there. But that's the goal, like, because I just love like helping, and we all want the same thing. Damn, bruh, how you know? That's hilarious. Um, THC also, if you have like any sense of anxiety or have an anxiety issue, it more than likely is THC. And I have ADHD, and like it was so hard to get off THC because like it did so much for me, but it also holds me back. Just a hard truth. But look, you don't have to just go cold turkey with everything you're doing. Drop the video games, drop the fun, drop the instant gratification, get off the socials, focus on back testing, focus on this, do it for a season. Honestly, too, if you did this for 2 weeks, like imagine where you'd be. By the way, we're in a high time zone. Does that mean we're not looking to trade so we push out the zone, right? So I still take trades in high time frame zones, and we're not in one right now. And I can show you, before I hop off, I can show you a trade I took Monday that we were in a high time frame zone. I can show you how, or what I did exactly to win. So let me make this high time frame zone green so you can see it better, or I'll make it green here. So you see the zone here, the swing high right here, the swing low right here, the tap obviously, 15-minute zone. We're just bouncing off of it as you can see. Let me make it a dashed line right now. So this dashed line, you can lightly see it. It's the high time frame zone that we're bouncing as we speak. So we're just bouncing on it. Let me show you what I did Monday of how I was able to use this higher time frame zone to take a trade. So, oh man, okay. Can you see it? Let me check. I don't know. Hopefully my face isn't in the way. Okay, there we go. So this dashed line up here is 50% of a zone. This dashed line down here is the bottom of that zone. So you can gauge this. This is the bottom of that higher time frame zone, and this is 50% of the higher time frame zone. This right now, what you're looking at, this trade is a 5-second. What I saw is that we were ejecting 40% of this higher time frame zone. And if we came back before touching the blue line, that 12%, I forgot what the number was exactly, but that these blue lines right here that mitigate the zone, if we came down and before touching that blue line and came back up, I was willing to take the trade because I expected us to keep going down to that blue line because we're rejecting that 40%. So that's how I use the higher time frame. And if you look here, here's that swing high, that swing low, that 15-minute higher time frame. We're coming in, and then that's where I took the trade at in this area to the downside. Also, too, like I know you were saying something like, why do we even mark out the fibs? Like they're pointless on so. Oh, so it's not a no if there's a zones stacked on top of each other. So the thing with stones being on top stacked on top of each other is the magnet. So even if it's different time frames, sometimes I'll allow it. It just depends how good it is. But it's the magnet that I'm worried about. So let me show you right here. Hold on. I'll give you an example. If we have a zone right here that we like, but we see another play right here, this play becomes invalid for me because with this play, price will come in and want to tap this zone right here. So price will come into this zone and want to tap this zone. While doing so, it's going to hit your stop loss for this play. So this top play might work out still, but it's still going to tap the zone below. So price is going to come in, tap the zone below, and then play out. It's going to hit your stop loss. So like if it's a huge high time frame zone right here, and it's high time frame, it's a huge zone, I wouldn't take this trade. I wouldn't take this trade right here because this high time frame zone can be a magnet. So we'll come in, tap it, and hit our stop loss. Let's see. Will you be able to teach me how to use Bookmap? I will not teach you how to use Bookmap. I will only teach you my strategy, my model, and that's it. I will not teach you nothing else at all. And I'll teach you how to be profitable and make money just with my model. Okay, brothers. Oh, Andy, I want to show you something before we hop off here. So you're like telling me these fibs. As you can see, if you just look at previous price action, we always react to these fibs. So like this green line in here, orange line. But what a coincidence that this fib here is at 50% of this higher time frame zone. And I didn't place it here. It got here because of the fibs. This gives me higher confluence that this zone more than likely will work out because of the fib in the middle of it. Bro, this explains why I lost my second trade in my back test. You're going to see. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I don't think I missed anybody's questions. If you'll have any, I'm going to be back at 12:30 to 1:30 Central Time. I do not trade this window of time here. I take an hour 30 break because there's no volatility. Okay. So all this is blocked off. So I'll be back to trade that 12:30 to 1:30 window. We saw no setups in this window of time. And hopefully we find something in the afternoon. So I'll be back. Y'all see me. I'll post on the socials and the Discord, the link, or you can just hop back on the YouTube. So in an hour and 30 minutes. Thank y'all so much for showing up. I love it when y'all come in here and talk to me because I love giving advice. I want you all to succeed. Appreciate y'all so much. And if you come back to the afternoon and you have questions, I'll write them down. I'll answer them. Or just ask in the Discord. And get in the mentorship if you have not. I want you all to succeed. Okay, I'll see y'all later. BRB. Thank y'all once again.